the heck? I thought I was recording, but I was not. What happened? I don't understand. What the fuck, dude? Okay. Don't panic. Don't panic. Don't panic. Don't panic. Never panic. Okay. What did I say? So right now pulled up on the screen is my journal. I started it on the 22nd. Today's the 28th. The 28th of August. The year of our Lord 2025. The one thing I hate about trying to do this near other people is I fucking have to fucking worry about their nosy asses. Oh, perfect. I'm kind of glad that happened the way that it did, because I might not have had the thought that I'm having right now. Okay. Did I write it down though? Upper brow? No, I didn't. Okay. But it's funny. I was going to look it up. I was actually... There you go. There you go. I was going to... I was gonna... try... I was going to try to download. Okay, so I was going to try to download one of those old fucking cartoons of the devil, like a version of a devil. I couldn't find one, not very easily anyway. The devil in cartoons, like old cartoons. This is a thought that I had, and it's fucking perfect. It all goes together. It all goes together. I'm just gonna get this off my chest. Okay. So first of all, I had I pulled off one of Duncan Trussell Family Hour. He has a CIA interview where he advertises. This is not fun. It's very serious. He's basically doing recruiting for the CIA, which is a noble cause, I believe. And he's interviewing a CIA agent, and then at the bottom you have use the DTFH coupon for whatever % off your application to the CIA, and that got me in a sort of a mood about, I was able to remember a lot of really important things. A lot of really important things came to mind about how that stuff works. And so the first thing, Department of Defense, intel agencies, all of them, CIA being whatever the CIA is, they are a part of the Department of Defense. Department of Defense. Right? The Department of Defense includes the just going to show you something that I grew up on. This is very important. The reason I'm doing this is because I had done it previously, and it was lost. I'll get to that here in a second. I'm just going to play this because I need to get this in here.
Than most people do all day. Hey, First Sergeant. Good morning. You can do it in the yard. Than most people.
It's been. You're reaching deep inside you. Go the things you've never known. It's been tough, rough going, but you haven't gone alone.
We do more before 9 a.m. than most people do all day. Hey, First Sergeant. Good morning. You can do it in the
Pretty good, huh? I grew up on that, and I actually spoke about this at one point in one of the streams, and for some reason the file has been corrupted, and so I didn't want anybody to miss out. It's very important. My love for the Army and the Department of Defense, and all of the way in which I have been personally motivated, inspired by that commercial played. It aired on the television in the 1990s. There were many versions of it, and it was one of the most inspiring, patriotic, artistic renderings that I have ever encountered. It is undeniably one of the most primordial motivating factors of who I am as an individual, which is to be all that you can be. It is an advertisement for the encouragement of a person's responsibility to not only defend their country, but to be themselves as an individual, to go the distance. And because everybody is unique, everybody has a very unique set of skills and circumstances and traits and characteristics and behaviors that are defining elements of their personality, who they are. Now, regardless of, like I very easily could have joined the Department of Defense. I could have, gone the direction. There are plenty of people in my high school who joined the ROTC program, for instance. But it's really very, very important that, because I cannot for the life of me figure out why. The first time I mentioned this, the file that I downloaded, the file was corrupted, and it no longer is available. So I have to. This is a very, very, very important part of my total message, is how much I love this country and how much the advertisement for the Army inspired me to be who I am. Because what they were able to do with their artistic rendering in pursuit of enlistees when I was in my formative years as a child, I remember watching soldiers with swords and like different versions of what you just saw, the be all that you can be. And I really, truly, it was ingrained into me. There's even psychological reasons that, like, there's science behind how much electronic media can persuade and inform and inculcate into a human being the things that they come to understand and believe about who they are and what they do, like playing Nintendo, for instance, all that stuff. But certainly one of the most informative aspects of my existence as a human being was the commercials that I saw for years on the television when I was growing up, when I was a young child in Perryton, Texas. Be all that you can be. Be all that you can be. Man, I thought for sure that I had other things to say about this. Okay, and so today is the 28th of August, 2025, year of our Lord. Gotta get these things out, and I'm gonna actually just nick them in the bud. Still working on my computer. Another thought that I had, I don't know if I mentioned this because I'm doing a second recording, so take two. I discovered that if I knot up my hair in the front, it works as a way to rest my glasses. Good. Utilitarian hair. Hair isn't just for styling. What else? I was listening to Spungel very loudly in my earphones, and I had this thought about because the way Spungel works is you don't really know, is it a song or is it an album? Is it just one, like, the delineations between things are kind of subtly noticeable, but really it's an experience. But I am listening to, I have one of their more recent ones that I had never listened to under the influence. Because what it is it's a soundtrack journey. What you ought to do if you want to have a voyage is either with one or two very, very close friends in a very intentional, peaceful way. Do research on set and setting. If you're going to have a trip indoors, lock the door and don't leave. You'll understand why when you're in the experience. And if you're having an indoor experience, what you ought to do is mood lighting. So candles, dark, like dim lighting, like romantic lighting, and have a home entertainment system. that should go without saying. If you don't have a decent sized screen and a decent sized sound, you're not an adult. Sorry. And I mean sound. Like, understand what sound is, why it is, the way that it is, the mids, the highs, the lows, the bass, the everything. Why sound is designed the way it is for your entertainment purposes. So surround yourself with sound. Surround sound. Okay. And then on your screen, some sort of psychedelic visuals. Okay. Now that's just your set and setting. You don't have to just sit there and stare at the whole time. You do whatever the fuck you want. And you're going to realize that. But with Shpungle, you turn it on, you get it ready, and then when you're ready, when you're in the place where it's time to push play, all you have to do is push play. You do not want to fuck around trying to figure that shit out with your mind already gone, like in the fucking upper dimensions. But what this is, I don't know why that we went on the tangent to explain how to do Shpungle, but 3.5 grams at least minimum. 3.5 grams, no more than 4.5 if you're with another person. If you're going 4.5, 5 grams and above are solo voyages. And they are reserved for solo voyages. Also, don't ever take less than 3.5 grams. That's what I was going to say. 3. Don't ever consume in any case, for any reason, less than 3 dried grams of psilocybin mushrooms. If you do, you are not a person. You're a pussy. You're not in it for the reasons that it's made for. And you might as well not take it at all. Because it's like edging. It's like walking up to the door to the club and not going in. It's like standing in line for the roller coaster just so you can watch other people and never getting on the fucking ride. Do not take less than 3 dried grams of psilocybin. If anybody tells you otherwise, they themselves are pussies. They themselves don't know what the fuck they're doing. And their testimony is illegitimate. The minimum dose for anybody is 3 dried grams. Okay. If you are not tripping balls, but you're just listening to Shpungle outside of a psychedelic experience, what you'll learn from the music is patience. It's don't panic. It's there are the moments of intensity that there are moments of intensity, and then there are moments of calm, of relaxation. And you are, as in life, the goal I believe, for whatever enlightenment is truly to not panic. It's to encounter intense experiences, to be able to withstand and to endure intense experiences and not become in any direction. It could be pain, it could be pleasure, it could be confusion, bizarre situations where you're in a homeless shelter and it looks like a fucking Truman Show. Like everybody has a fucking mark, and whenever you go to record something, they say action and everybody starts moving. You have to be able to endure every intense experience possible and ride the wave. Don't get sucked up. Let's see, 21 minutes. Okay, what else? So don't panic. I told you about my discovery with my hair. Pretty fucking cool. Perfect. Time to go. Upper realms are... We are so in terms of Truman Show, we are, if we're being farmed, which seems more like we are, you have to, what did I write? Upper realms are like the upper realms are what it is like when we encounter wild animals, wild ones, in their home habitat, and then we attempt to study them without disturbing them. It tends to happen, and it also tends to be the case. I just wrote these down so that I wouldn't forget them. That there are good farmers and bad farmers. And poach niggas, Uncle Toms. There's it's not just good and bad farmers. There's also porch niggers. There's some of these fucking creeps. The ones that are the most freaky, creepy, fucking demonic are the ones who are the most like if you went out and grabbed a fucking monkey out of the jungle and trained it to hold a shotgun and scare people off your porch. That's a good analogy. Some of these are probably the fucking army, the Department of Defense. Those are the fucking porch niggers. They're the ones who are helping the evil zookeepers. But there are still scientists. There are scientists among them. And I think that if that's the case, the scientists are the good ones, they're the angels. And as above, so below. And so, just think about it that way. And it is a one-by-one, case-by-case basis. That literally is. You take your life, go your direction, do your thing, and occasionally you'll be visited but they regard themselves in whatever way. And, just imagine, two zookeepers getting into a fight over how to feed the fucking monkeys. You know what I'm saying? There's a good one. She's properly dressed and doing all the right things. And then there's some fucking drunken, hungover fucking retard with his cap on sideways. who just doesn't give a shit, who's like still subject to all the same forces of avidya, of chaos, of stupidity, foolishness that we as humans are. And these entities, they tend to have like these extra dimensional, you know, and I don't know if we're in a biome like habitat or something. I don't fucking know. But anyway, that was one thought that I had. I think that's I'm not kidding. I think that might be more like what's going on here. What else? 25 minutes. Be all that you can be. Oh, the devil thing. I don't think I mentioned that. The devil thing. I'll end with that. Okay, so. First of all, the CIA as a concept is retarded entirely as a concept. Okay. Why? Because as it is now, it probably since the beginning, it was probably deliberately out of chaos, out of disorder, out of Satanism, out of the devil, that this phenomenon was coaxed into being. The best way to approach living in reality is with total clarity and an open mind where you can see all things transparently, clearly. There's plenty of lights, okay? That's why the brightness on this is turned up. Okay? See everything. That is what understanding is. You take in all the information. You have the best approach to drawing in information and recording it, which involves just as clear, open. It's like looking through a bay window. Open window. Clear. Okay? And the CIA is like, let's see if I can. What is the CIA like? Don't fuck around. Oh man. Oh man. Shit. Bitch. That's what happens when you fuck around. Well, anyway. The devil is the same. There's old cartoons of the devil going to fuck. What the devil does is fucks with and does not mind its own business. So Satanism is going around and fucking with other people. That's what Satanism is. That's what being satanic is. It's like the devil's in the cartoon in the 1950s. Sneaking up and fucking with people. And doing the fucking opposite of minding your own goddamn business. That is exactly what it is. This is why I'm so opposed and appalled by all the fucking shit that's going on in the world. Communism is Satanism. It is not minding your own fucking business. If you have a core understanding of clarity and openness and honesty, you don't need to be controlled. You don't need to be concerned with what other people are doing, because you can trust that they at least understand the difference between right and wrong. And I'm gonna go with that because I can't see my face.